Welcome to the DJNTV Chill Room Chat, your space to unwind and talk shop. This episode is sponsored by MadeByDJs.com, innovative tools designed specifically by DJs for DJs. DJEventPlanner.com, the industry standard for streamlining your business and booking faster. And DJRequests.com, the easiest way to manage your dance floor's vibe in real time. Support the show by using our Amazon affiliate link at DJNTV.com/Amazon. Now, let's get into the mix.
Hey, it's Monday. Welcome. We got Buddy and Damon with us tonight. I'm Brian. Welcome to the show. I'm going to defend something tonight that a lot of DJs hate on. And I think the three of us can vouch for the legitimacy of these particular activities at our events. I'm going to defend the line dance tonight, because I think we all know that there's a time and a place for them, and they do work. And especially if you're in a pinch, they're a really good tool to have in your arsenal. I will start off by saying this. I do not play line dances by default. If I'm in front of an audience that I don't feel like needs them or wants them, I can play other things. But there are certain circumstances where they're just the thing to do. So, anybody want to expand on this a little bit?
I agree with you. They're a tool in a toolbox. Are they a go-to thing? And I really feel that a lot of people feel that DJs overuse Cha-Cha Slide, Cupid Shuffle, YMCA, whatever it is, and I do see them on Do Not Playlist. But when you are able to do something with that here and there, and this is one of the things I always tell when I talk to clients is I never want to do back to back to back any organized dance stuff. It's one here, one there. It's when you need something in the crowd, you need that little push, that little touch.
Sure.
But it also boils down to the crowd, like you said before. Not every single event needs to have an organized dance thing. You don't need to do Macarena every single gig. But, like, again, sometimes some events, like the wedding I just had this past weekend, YMCA. I had, tons of people out there doing YMCA. I've had, again, Cha-Cha Slide or Cupid Shuffle, tons of people doing it. But it all boils down to crowd. I've had weddings where I've done none of that because the crowd didn't need it or wasn't into it. Right. It is one of the things that you have to watch your dance floor, see what's happening, transpiring, and then go from there.
So in the wings, we have Mr. John Cawley from Boston. And come on in and join us. We just started the show, and we're defending line dances tonight. That's what we're doing. So jump in and join us. Damon, you had an event where you did some line dances this weekend.
Yes. Yeah. Like I say, they're a tool. I agree with them. I got a folder, a crate, or whatever you want to call it, of nothing but line dance songs that I can go to at any given time.
And you added one. You added one this weekend.
Yes.
You didn't even know existed.
I did not know it existed. So with that being said, I was doing this event, and a lot of the ratchet stuff I was playing, because it was a younger crowd, wasn't really working like it should have been. They too busy TikToking and Instagramming while I'm playing all the stuff that they supposedly want to hear. And then I said, skip it. I just started playing line dance stuff. And that was the most reaction I got out of this crowd. And it actually worked. And the song that we're talking about, I did not know there was a line dance to the Gap Band early in the morning. Surprised the hell out of me when somebody asked for it. It's like, hey, you got Gap Band early in the morning? There's a line dance to it. What the hell? Okay, sure. And they were doing it. So it was pretty cool. But I agree with everybody else. It's a tool. I've done tons of gigs where I haven't touched a single line dance song in months. And then all of a sudden, you have that one gig, and it's like this weekend, I probably played about 5 or 6 of them. Just because it called for it.
Right.
So.
Well, okay. Are you aware of, I'm sure you are, the oops upside your head thing?
Yes.
Okay. So you're aware of that. Yeah. once in a while that happens with me, but yeah, never early in the morning. Which,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I can't wait for somebody to ask for it because I'll play it. They know it, I'll play it. So this weekend, I had a couple unique things happen at my events. One of the things was our photographer was scheduled to leave at 8. We were running very late with dinner. And I really wanted to give the photographer the opportunity to get some crowd shots before she left. Talked her into staying for a few extra minutes. And with the crowd that I had, it was mixed crowd. Line dances were the thing that were going to get them out. And I played them and I hit them hard and I went back to back in a lot of it, but it really worked. And the other thing that happened is that it was a multicultural event. So it was English people and people from Mexico or Texas or Mexican folks. There are 2 songs that you should play if you're playing for a Mexican audience. They are line dance songs. And if you do not play them, they will wonder why you didn't play them. Because they're staples. They always want them. If you don't play them, you screwed up. And that would be No Rampas Mas, which is like Achy Breaky Heart in Spanish. Still sounds country and everything else, but it's in Spanish. And then a track called Peosa de Rodeo, which is a hoot to watch. It's a line dance that you need some room to do because they're jumping around. It's really cool. So those got played. I did not do Macarena. There are a lot of them that I didn't do that I'm thinking now, wow, that would have been really good for this audience. But I did hit it hard with those. But there was a reason for it. I wanted to get the crowd out there right away and motivated. And I mixed in things that were group active aside from that. Like shout and twist and shout and things like that. But yeah, I'm here to defend them. I don't play them by default. But if I feel like that they're going to jumpstart the evening and I need the evening jumpstarted quickly, yeah, definitely.
I agree.
I'm doing them. And I will say the same thing for group active songs. But he'd mentioned YMCA. And hi, John.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hi. It took me a minute to find the "this meeting's being recorded" okay button. They moved it.
Oh,
I'm like, I didn't know. I'm like, I got to click. I clicked like every conceivable thing. Anyway, please carry on.
how dare them?
I know what you're talking about. So
We're defending line dances. There's a time and a place for them. Sometimes they're a great tool. Do you agree?
yes, I do agree. They carry a certain energy and a familiarity that a lot of people will vibe with them. Even sometimes if they're on the do not play list, you might still get asked for them by the guests. Brian Grimm are like, we don't want the cheesy, we hear this at every wedding song. And then all of a sudden, like, yeah, guess what broke your dance floor loose? Yeah, it's Cupid Shuffle. What do you know? Or the cha-cha.
That's one of the things I kind of warn couples on is you really don't want these, but people will come up to you and ask for them at a wedding. They will like kind of demand it from the couple. And it's always funny when the couple are like, no one's gonna ask for that song. And probably halfway through the night, the bride or the groom's walking over saying, yeah, you got to play whatever the song is because people keep bugging me for it. And I just want to be bugged the rest of the night. And then they're out there dancing to it too with their friends because their friends drag them on the floor and say, no, you got to do this with us. And I just feel that, just cut the chase. Let me do what works for your wedding. And if I got to throw 1 or 2 in there, let me do it. It works for this wedding. And not all weddings will do that. Not every wedding. There's been tons of weddings. Again, I'm sure you have done it, Brian and John and Damon, that you've played, no special dances like that whatsoever.
Don't need them.
No, none of those. No Macarena or YMCA or Wobble or anything. But then you play those and you get people like, oh yeah, or teach me how to Dougie. It's like you get people just sort of lose their mind and they're over, trying to do it. But that's the best part when they're drinking a little bit and they're trying to do the Macarena or whatever dance and they're off and they're not doing it right. It's kind of like a little bit of a joke too, because like, oh, okay, you're trying to do it, but you're not hitting it right.
I have a philosophy about this. I think I know why they don't want to hear the line dances. I think the reason they don't want to hear them initially when they say this in a meeting, because I get it a lot too. I get a lot. And I was like, yeah, fine, no problem. I don't argue with them. And the reason I don't is because in their minds, I believe what they're thinking is every wedding I go to, within the first hour, the DJ is playing a line dance. That's the only trick they have in their bag. There's got to be another way to do this. I want something uniquely different than what every other DJ is doing. So I say, fine, whatever. And there are times where there's absolutely no line dances needed. And there are other times, however, where a client will come up to me, probably, I don't know, an hour and a half to 2 hours into dancing, and say to me, hey, that was great. Thank you so much. That's exactly what we wanted. And I'm like, they're talking about this in past tense because we still got 2 hours to go. What's going on here? That's almost my permission to play line dances. Mm-hmm. And they'll even come up and ask for them. And I'll say, wait a minute. You said you didn't want line dances. Yeah, let's just do them.
Do you give them a code word? Give them a code word to protect them from themselves. Like if you come up and you say, kettleball, I know that you're like, okay, you're in on the joke that it's okay. I don't argue with them if they have it on the don't play list. It's like, your guests are going to come up and ask, we may discuss this again at the event.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. I don't want to harass you all night saying somebody wants to, to do this or that, jump in the line, whatever.
But the thing about it is, even when they're only doing this, their friends come up and ask for these songs. A lot of times, the only time their friends come out and dance when they go to a wedding.
Yeah,
because they don't go to bars, they don't go to clubs.
Right.
So the 3 times a year or 2 times a year that they may go out and dance is at somebody's wedding.
Ooh, I know this one.
Right, and that's what it is. They know this.
Right.
Like, we all can do this.
Yeah.
Right.
And they had a few White Claws in them, and it's like, okay, they're ready to have some fun.
That helps.
So. Liquid courage. And like Buddy said, the funny part about it is the people who are like, no line dances, they're doing the line dances.
They're doing it. Yep.
Yeah. It's not that they hate them. They just wanted, I believe they just wanted something unique. And if you can give them something unique for the first hour and a half, 2 hours, that's not what they've seen at every other wedding, they're satisfied. They understand that, okay, it didn't have to be like this, but you know what? Screw it. We've had some cocktails. We're having some fun now. Just go ahead and play them.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. Cocktails are kicked in by now after 2 hours, and they're like, okay, we can care less what you play now. Let's go.
Right.
I wonder if you guys run into this every so often. Is kind of like the line dances. You have a couple that says a popular song, whatever the popular song is. I don't want it at my wedding because I've heard it over and over again.
Yeah.
And again, kind of like a line dance, halfway through a night, they're coming up going, everybody's requesting a song. Go ahead and play it. And then again, they're out there dancing to that song that's on doing that playlist. I cannot tell you, Tracy comes running up to me and going, oh my God, this song's on doing that playlist. And like, the couple said they want the song. And she looks at me and goes, really? After they tell us, don't play this song, they're out there. And she turns and I'm like, look, they're dancing. And like, there they are dancing, especially like the line dances.
I gave myself a challenge this week at my event, and it was kind of in the back of my mind. I wasn't hardlined on it. If somebody would have asked for it, or if I thought it would have worked really well, I would have played it. But my personal challenge this week was no Michael Jackson. As hot as Michael Jackson is right now, what if I did an entire wedding and didn't play any Michael Jackson by default? No Billie Jean, no Thriller, no Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, none of that stuff. And nobody missed it.
Nobody
missed it, even kind of. There are things you can do other than the typical stuff.
Sure.
And still pull off a fantastic event. In fact, one thing I'm a little proud of, I think I told John this last night, as I was packing up, the groom's brother and his friend were talking to me, and their daughters were kind of sitting in a little lounge area waiting for their dads to be done talking to me. Teenage girls, real nice girls, Latinas. And I looked at them, and they looked at me and they said, you played bangers tonight. That was cool. Like, well, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. So everyone had fun. And I felt real good about that. I didn't exclude anybody. Everybody got a little something. And you can do it without going typical. But yeah, a lot of line dances were played. A whole bunch of them.
Well, you can
Spanish.
you'll see there's probably a list of 50 that you're going to hear in some way, shape, or form at every event. So if you can chop out some of those from either being the bride and groom's list, or I just don't feel like that's quite the mood tonight. You can even pare that down enough. It's like, wow, we didn't hear "Oh What a Night" 1963 tonight.
I haven't played that in so long.
You just omit something, and if it's not there, they don't know that it's not there.
Right.
Whereas it's why is he playing this, some kind of wonderful, or these old cheesy ones we used to drop all the time in the 80s. It's like, if it's not there, you don't miss it. But if you're in that pocket and you're playing old time rock and roll, you're like, I kind of want to get cheesy for a minute here. I want to do Footloose. I want to do Jack and Diane,
Do any of that. Speaking of "Oh What a Night," December 63, sometimes credited as Frankie Valli, sometimes credited as Four Seasons. For years, I played that 80s remix of it. I got away from that like 10 years ago. I started playing the original and it goes over better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the 80s remix is almost dated in a bad way. It's an 80s date. I'd rather have the 70s dated, which sounds less dated than the 80s one.
Sure. Well, the 70s one sounds more like a pop disco track.
Yeah.
You get that kind of swing. The 80s one sounds like everything that Stars on 45 were doing, all those compilations, like the beats all synthetic and weird. And
I mean, it mixes with raw bass really well, but other than that,
yeah, it's played at the real tempo, which is like, I don't know, 108
nice.
or something. It's slower. It's different. It's noticeably different. So if you've never played them
it's
both,
a groovy track, just the original's I think it's a groovy track. I don't know. Damon's like, okay, whatever you say, buddy.
Nah, I can't remember which version I played. I think I played the 80s one. I think that's the only one I have in my library. So
try the original.
Starts off real slow. It starts off with the staggered drum beat. Ba, 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 boom.
It starts out like Superstition.
Yeah, it starts like exactly. That's the closest. It
sounds like Superstition when it first starts. In fact, you might think it's Superstition. It's like, oh, it's
okay. Well, I know I don't have it then. So
yeah, it ain't bad. I think it aged very well, and people haven't heard it in forever, and a lot of people have never heard it like that, and they like it. So, I don't know.
Keep that in mind.
Not supposed to be the music show. We're talking music, and that's okay.
It's like we do that
Never
occasionally.
a bad time to talk.
No,
music.
we're talking what's going on with our gigs, but it just happened.
That's right.
a song or two just happened to fall in there. So
yeah,
sure.
So it's not technically a music show.
No, but having said that, I'll tell you this: there were a couple of surprise tracks that I played at this event. One I haven't played in a long time, and it was a huge hit. And that's Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5. I haven't played that forever, and boy, did it work. It was a request from the couple.
I just did that in Portland last week too.
Did you?
That one in because I was kind of in that pocket. I'm like, it's gonna kind of make sense and fit here. So yeah.
It was probably about 10 years ago. I did this. I think it was a 60th birthday party or something like that. And I thought that I came up with this brand new thing. I'm like, you know what? I played the weirdest song at the 60th birthday party. I've never played it before. And for some reason, it just felt right. And I played it and it went over huge. Laura Branigan, I'm like, I played it every gig. I'm like, what are you talking about? You played it every gig. I'd never played it, but a lot of people play it. The weird one. And it was a request. And I worked it in. Coming out of a slow song was something I've never played as a mobile DJ before. Elton John, Rocket Man. They went nuts. They were doing the Rocket Man and like really theatrical kind of stuff.
That helps. Yeah, that helps if they get that in their blood to sell it.
He has a video of it. That's crazy.
It's fun when they take a song and they embrace it. And we were talking about this a little earlier about stuff, and I had this past weekend. Again, I don't normally play it. I played it for introductions and maybe for some other stuff. But Danger Zone, which again, I had a guy come running up. He comes running up to the booth. He goes, "You gotta do me a favor. You gotta put Danger Zone on. We gotta dance to this." I'm like, wow, really? And it's about a group of 10, 15 guys and some girls out there, and they're all together in this circle. And I'm like, okay, this is toward later on at night. This is basically about half hour before the end of the night.
Sure.
And I put it on. They're out there with their arms stretched out, like they're flying around, when they just
Wow.
jump off the deck, jumping in overdrive, and they're flying around like a bunch of aircraft, and
Right.
they're like, reenacting the movie when he's singing. And I'm like, it's an interpretive dance it turned into. So it's kind of like a impromptu Macarena or YMCA or anything like that. And they're doing it all on themselves. And it's like, that right there is pretty cool because that's something you don't normally play. And then you get that kind of reaction, like what you had.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Well, Kenny Loggins is the smart bomb of all music. You can't.
It is a secret weapon.
Kenny Loggins is a secret weapon.
Footloose did that to me too. I had this group that we just did for graduation, and they asked for Footloose, asked for it. And I swear there were 40 of them all up on the dance floor in step doing the same thing. I'm like, I feel like I'm being punked now. Where's Jamie?
Theater kids?
They had to be theater kids or church group. Church group was the other thing that came to mind, is they danced.
Or Mormons.
The basement. Or Mormons.
Yeah, Mormons. Yeah. Play that in some New Order and they're your best friend. Yeah.
I was looking for Aston Kutcher. I'm like, where is he? I know. Someone's doing me one here. I've never seen that in 40 plus years of DJing. I've never seen such a tight group in step on Footloose. People get out there and they just kind of shuffle along and do their own thing.
These are like high school kids.
They were locked in like a troop. And if
they're theater kids, they're going to be locked in on it. I've had that happen with theater kids. And
what's going on?
You know, the fun part with theater kids is the from a movie that's based on the guy who wrote it went to my high school, graduated with my mother. So I went to the same high school as my mother, Grease. And the music from there, a lot of people love that stuff. And you can tell theater people because they will sing it. So the Grease Mega Mix, it's been out there for a long time. It goes through all the big hit grits. You play that and they're out there singing it and dancing it and kind of like reproduction. That's kind of the same realm as, Danger Zone and Rocket Man. It's just, you have to have the right crowd for that to hit.
Yeah.
And when it does, it hits big.
Well, you've got the advantage in Chicagoland too, with Bobby D being the one behind that. So it's kind of a double Chicago thing. The guy who wrote it's from the area, and Bobby D mixed that. So he's a big famous DJ from Chicago. So I've been told that we're done. We're time. But I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. I want to thank everybody for their stories of line dances, and we could do another show, I'm sure, on cool songs. Maybe we'll continue it tomorrow night. Talk about some weird songs that you can play that motivate crowds that maybe you wouldn't think would motivate crowds. That might be a fun topic one night. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Good night.